Hi, welcome to A Web of Stories. My name is Melinda. I just posted a comment. So Ellen at Ellen Made Book Club did a video with Curious Cat called What's a Book Tag? Would you rather book tag Curious Cat? Curious Edition featuring cat. It's like he knows when I'm filming. Anyway, so I just watched Ellen's video, which is like the second half of the prompt, and I said, I am going to go watch Cats right now. But I didn't. I'm filming this because I realized I am going to go watch Cats, so don't worry. Don't worry, I am going to watch it. But I realized I could do this tag with half of it completely fresh without any prep whatsoever. So I'm doing that. So there are 20, nope, I'm wrong. There's 16. There's 16 prompts. I'm gonna do them all, like kind of quick, no prep. And then I will go watch Cat's video. I'm not sure when I'm gonna post this. I'm catching up on book tags. So what I've been doing is just filming book tags and then plopping them in when I can. I will tag some people, maybe. I don't know. I didn't prepare that. And Ellen has tagged like a lot of people. We'll see. I might tag some people. We'll see how it goes. As I said, no prep, but let's just go. Okay, these are supposed to be kind of rapid fire, so I'm going to try to not get too off on a tangent. First one, never read more than one book from the same author. You can't reread either. Or read only books from one author of your choice. I would say never read more than one book from the same author. There's too many authors out there to limit myself to just one. And even if I'm only reading one author, that doesn't mean all their books are going to be good. And there's a finite number of books. Question 2, read a book with an unlikable main character or your favorite character dies. I'm actually okay either way, but I would probably say read a book with an unlikable main character because sometimes I like unlikable main characters. But really, that's low stakes one for me. I'm okay either way. Number 3, start your library from scratch, but you can't rebuy any of the books that were on your shelves. Or never be allowed to add a new book to your current library. I know which one my husband would choose. That is a hard one. I think I would go to never be allowed to add another book. Because that would at least put a limit on my keeper shelf if I did that. Because as we know, I am in pile mode right now. I can't complain about that because, the whole bookshelf saga. Right now, at this particular moment in time, I cannot complain about lack of bookshelves. At some point in the future, I might be able to complain again, but right now I can't. But that would at least put a limit on things. Number 4, your favorite author never publishes anything new or only publishes bad books from now on. I want them to never publish anything new because it's really hard to read an author that you loved and just see that go down like that. And I've had some authors like that, and I would rather have not read those books. So I would say don't publish anything new. Number 5, read only one of your favorite genres or read as widely you want, except in that one favorite genre. This is a hard one because I do like genre mashups. So that would be really hard. However, I would say my favorite genre at the moment is historical fiction, and that's a really broad genre. So I would probably just stick with that. All the fiction I had to read would be historical. I'm okay with that. I think I could do that. Number 6, be stranded forever on a desert island with a full library or live in society, but books have disappeared. This is a no-brainer. I'd be on the stranded island. I would be with all the books, just me to read them. I would 100% do that. I don't even have to think about that one. Number 7, science fiction fantasy, which is not a preferred genre for me. So we'll see how this goes. Read only 5-star series, but they're unfinished. Oh, the series is unfinished. Okay. Or read only thick standalones with a bunch of info dumping. I would go for the series because unfinished still means there's options and you can in your mind finish that own series. But again, we're dealing with a genre I don't read a lot in. So unlike the next one, which is mystery. Always get book twists spoiled, or they all have an open ending or the killer isn't caught. I'm okay with the killer not being caught as long as we know who did it. I don't know if I can deal with an open ending. I think I might have to go block the spoilers on that one. Because the whole draw for me with mystery is figuring it out. And if you're not going to figure it out, what's the point? Okay. Number 9, historical romance. I don't read a lot of historical romance, but historical fiction. A great love story, but with historical inaccuracies, or a toxic or meh love story, but great historical world building. So this one comes down to which one do I enjoy complaining about? I like to complain about historical inaccuracies because then I feel smart. So I'm going to go for the great love story, but with historical inaccuracies. And then I can rant about them because I do get troubled by really toxic relationships reading them. So that would bother me in a way that would be very unsettling and all that. But while I would be very bothered by historical inaccuracies, I could rant about it and then feel better and feel smart. So I'm going to go that one. Number 10. Read a book that has the best characters, plot, writing. You can only choose one, but none of the others. Oh, so you have to choose one of those that only has those. I'm going to go writing because I can get through a book with bad characters and I can get through a book with bad plot. But if a book has bad writing, that's much more likely to be DNF'd by me. So I'm going to have to say writing on that one. Number 11, have a friend who loses your books or mistreats them, stains them, breaks the spine. So I'm going to go with mistreats them because I have that. It's my daughter. I don't normally lend out books. I will give people books. Like, I don't want this back. Take it. There you go. But if it's on my keeper shelf, I tend not to lend them out because I don't want them to be hurt or lost. But my daughter is not very careful with them, and she does sometimes borrow my books. So I already stuck with that one. Funny side story. I got to do one. In the currently reading Facebook group, someone posted about a book called Troll, which I can't remember the author, but it's like Finnish. But anyway, years and years and years ago, I had this book and I loved it. I loved it. And a friend of mine said, "Oh, can I borrow that book?" And I said, "Yes, but I want this book back. Repeat after me. You're going to give this book back to me." "I'll give it back to you. I'll give it back to you." Never gave the book back to me. I went over to his house and checked his bookshelves. And people were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm looking for my book." That ended up being the last book I ever lent to anybody, not including my daughter. Because I never got it back. I said, "That's it. I'm not lending any more books. I will give you books. If I don't want it back, then you can take it. But I am not loaning books out anymore because of that book." It was a good book, though. Troll by someone. I don't know. 12. Never be allowed to visit a bookstore again or be banned from all the libraries in the world. Oh, definitely. I would rather not be allowed to visit a bookstore again because that would definitely help my TBR problem, my owned TBR problem. And libraries are wonderful. There's a lot of things in a library besides just checking books out, and I would miss out on all that if I were banned from them. So definitely, I would give up bookstores before I would give up libraries. Okay. Number 13, everyone hates your favorite books or everyone loves the books you hate. So I'm going to have to say everyone hates my favorite books because I said this in a video that I don't think I put up because I think it was another tag video that's sitting on my Dropbox waiting to when I have a hole to put it in. Oh, that sounded bad. When I have a slot open on my calendar to put that into. Like, I am not bothered by people not liking books that I love, but I am really bothered about when I hate a book and someone goes on and on about how wonderful it is. That really bothers me. So I definitely would rather have people not liking the books that I love, because then they're all mine. Number 14, only listen to audiobooks narrated by the worst narrator, such as Mickey Mouse, or only read physical books in terrible lighting. I would go listening to audiobooks with the worst narrator because physical, that's bad. I already have eye issues, so I'd much rather be able to read in good light and listen to bad audiobook narrators. Number 15, books from the same series or collection that don't match, or books printed in a tiny font. This pains me because if you all know my Othello issue, where did my Othello book go? Oh, I have a copy of Othello somewhere that I bought a new copy of because I couldn't, I had it in mass market paperback, and at the time that was the only copy I could get in the Folgers library, and it bugged me to no end that it would on my shelf. And so every time I would go into bookshop, I would just check to see, do you have a trade paperback? And they never did. And the last time I placed a bookshop order, they had one. And so I immediately bought it to just replace the mat because it bothered me so much. But I cannot do tiny font. So it is a question between inability and irritation. And I'm going to choose irritation over inability. So I would choose the books that don't match, even though it would really bother me. Last question. Never post another YouTube video or never watch YouTube ever again. And of course, tag your books or never watch YouTube again. I would rather, if I had to choose, and this is painful, I guess I would choose not doing any more videos myself so I could keep watching, because that way I could still talk to y'all in comments, which, you know, I could leave you comments, leave me comments, I want to talk that way. But I do love making booktube videos, so it would be very hard. So that is, and of course, tag your booktube friends. I am going to tag, I'm just looking really quickly at everyone that Ellen has tagged, and I am going to go with Tracy, and I'm going to go with Mariandria. I can't believe Mariandria isn't on here. And I'm going to go with Angelia, because I don't see their names on here. So, but then again, I don't know when this video is coming out, so you may have already done it by then, in which case those are just shout outs. Go visit their channels. But yeah, there you go. So that is, less than 12 minutes. From the gut, would you rather, which is always so painful. Thank you very much to Kat and Ellen for this. I am going to go watch Kat's video now. And thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, join my Discord, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.